I'm Matt Houghton and I'm the director of Landline.
I was operating the helpline one evening. A farmer came on the phone, quite distressed. After a while he started to tell his story.
The film's a short documentary about the only helpline in the UK for gay farmers.
They then found out he was trying to kill himself because he was gay and couldn't cope with it. The father said, if I'd known he was gay, I would have left him there to die.
It uses recorded telephone conversations, interviews that we did with people who have called the helpline in the past, and a series of reconstructive visuals using actors. And the idea really was to use the helpline as a lens through which to look at the experiences of LGBTQ people in the British farming community. We started to research, and we started to understand the extent to which being an LGBTQ farmer was so heavily wrapped up in ideas of identity. And then we found Keith Einson's helpline, and it just seemed like a really unique way to look at these experiences and these stories. The audio at the centre of the film is pure documentary, and the rest is an interpretation of those stories.
There's no such thing as a gay farmer, but I feel as if there's something in me, there's that vein of rural life which will never disappear.
I was quite fascinated by the idea of a helpline being, it can ring any time for Keith on the other end. It can you don't know what the story is or who the person on the other end of the line is going to be, or what the sort of fallout from that will be. And I was really intrigued by that idea. So we tried to make a film that kind of reflected that experience to some degree. We're doing our best to put the audience into the shoes of the person on the other end of the phone.
I'd gone off on the quad to meet this guy in a wood that bordered the road. And I was met by my daughter walking into the wood going to look for me.
I'm interested in how fiction can intersect with factual filmmaking. It was definitely one of the things about the subject matter and the helpline in particular that felt as though it would be an interesting way to tell this story, and that perhaps you'd get more from it than if it was a straight up observational documentary or a drama. I sort of look at the film as quite an intimate film. I hope that, the openness and honesty of the contributors definitely is the kind of anchor for the film, and I think in that way hopefully it's a very personal film. But the idea is in presenting these 5 very personal stories that we are kind of looking at we're looking at a bunch of broader ideas that surround community and family and what is masculinity, and try and do that in a kind of subtle way. So I guess the main thing would be just to sort of start a conversation, I suppose. That would be the ideal. If people walked away and had questions to ask and discussions to be had, that's kind of, was really the main aim.
With me being in such a close-knit community, everybody knows everybody and everybody's business. Say a farmer was to come out, it would be the talk of the town.
From the very start, we kind of said to ourselves, we don't want to make a film which is about an issue. We want to make a film which is about people. And the aim with that is that anyone can watch the film and relate to it. And if you can make someone relate to something, then you can possibly make them understand it a little better. And from that understanding, good comes, I think.